We've been told to follow our hearts for so long that questioning our feelings can feel wrong. But Jeremiah looked at the heart very differently. The phrase sounds wise: trust yourself, do what feels right. But Scripture asks a harder question. What if your heart is wrong? Think about that for a moment. Jeremiah 17:9 doesn't say your feelings are meaningless. It says your heart can deceive you, even when you're completely convinced you're right. Think about it. You can genuinely feel abandoned, yet God hasn't left. You can feel certain about someone, yet still be completely wrong about them. Jeremiah isn't saying your emotions are worthless. He's warning that your inner desires can convince you something is right simply because you desperately want it. Think about the message your heart sends after heartbreak. Text them, they changed. Sometimes that's not love speaking. Sometimes it's loneliness begging for familiar comfort. Or you're furious after one terrible day at work, and suddenly your heart says, quit tomorrow. But your emotions don't have to make your decisions. That's the danger of blindly following your feelings. They can reveal what you desire without revealing whether that desire will actually lead somewhere genuinely good. Proverbs 14:12 clearly warns against this illusion. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death. Notice that word, seems. Something doesn't have to look evil to destroy you. Sometimes the dangerous decision feels reasonable, exciting, liberating, even completely peaceful while you're making it right now. People say, I just feel peace about it, as though peace automatically proves God approved the decision. But can relief and conviction sometimes feel exactly alike? Sometimes what feels like peace is simply the relief of finally choosing what you already wanted. That's why feelings need careful examination, not worship or obedience. Proverbs 3:5 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. That's a completely different way to live. God isn't asking you to become emotionless. He's asking you to stop placing your emotions in the driver's seat and calling every destination God's will. David understood this. In Psalm 139:23, he prayed, search me, O God, and know my heart. He knew his own heart needed honest examination. That's very different from saying, I know exactly what my truth is. David asked God to expose his heart because he knew self-deception was possible. Look at Jesus in Mark 14:36. He felt the dread of the cross, but prayed, not what I will, but what you will. That is surrender. Jesus shows us something uncomfortable. Being honest about your feelings doesn't mean you have to obey every feeling that rises inside you. Next time your heart says, this must be right, because it feels right, pause. Ask, why do I want this, and where could this desire lead me? Your heart isn't your enemy, but it isn't your God either. Feel deeply, think honestly, test everything against truth, and let God, not your feelings, have the final word.